Captain, there is a problem with my eyes.
Can't see, I'm legally blind.
Legally blind, help me, officer.
POP, hold it down. Hello, everybody.
And welcome back.
Episode 10.
I hope you all had a great week. Mine has been very, very busy. And I want to curl up in a ball and sleep.
But we're here.
But we're here.
On
And
Cinco de Mayo.
And it is not Mexico's Independence Day. Some of you probably don't even know what Cinco de Mayo is.
Gee, RJ, what's that?
So Cinco de Mayo is the day that the French army was defeated by the Mexican army, which later led to their independence, I believe, was it September or October? I'm not really sure. I'm not very good with world history than American history.
True.
So if I mean in the comments below.
Stay woke.
Stay woke. So anyway, Brandon, the things that we're discussing today are at the utmost importance.
Oh, absolutely.
So the first thing was yesterday, which was May the 4th be with you. And I watched The Bad Batch. Oh my God. It's so good to be back in the Star Wars universe. And it's so good to be back in the era of the Clone Wars. That's now in between the Empire and the Clone Wars. But it's great. It's great. It's great.
Yeah, I still gotta watch it.
I mean, it's only the first episode. I think the next episode's supposed to be on Friday, but they just released the pilot on May the 4th for obvious reasons. But it's an hour, I think an hour and 7 minutes or something like that long. And, you know, they introduced the old themes, but now they have new themes. And you saw, again, I don't want to spoil anything, but you see things that are like, damn, that is good. That is clever. And now it falls into pieces with the other series that Disney's making with Star Wars. And it is awesome. It is on point. It is perfect.
Well, color me intrigued.
I'm telling you, if you like the Clone Wars and you liked Rebels, you're certainly going to like this.
I'm
But
excited.
anyway, Brandon, you have a show, do you not?
Invincible. I'm telling you. If you like, like either comics or just like superhero flicks or even just good storytelling, even though it happens to be animated, Invincible, so good. Even like from the pilot, it's like, whoa.
Is it one season?
It's one season right now, but season 2 and 3 were confirmed.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna have to catch up on that one. I've been watching so many shows. It's sad. Anime is the big thing. Actually, I took a break from anime. It's been like 2 weeks since I watched one. After we saw Demon Slayer movie. I know that hurts you, Brandon.
Still grieving. Without spoilers.
Without spoilers, Brandon's still grieving. As I drink from my Dunkin'.
As long as it's not like... Okay, so my friend one time had gotten Dunkin', and then he got it again. But he drank from the old cup that was like from 8 hours ago, and he was...
Ew.
Like, disgusting.
Ew. Oh, I left my coffee mugs at work. Damn it. Thank you for reminding me. Alexa, set a reminder for me tomorrow.
What's the reminder for?
Bring home my coffee mugs.
What time tomorrow should I remind you?
6 p.m.
Okay, I'll remind you tomorrow at 6 p.m.
Amazon's here to save the day, folks.
Guest appearance by Alexa.
I have one in every room, and I know the government's listening. That's okay. technically I'll be working for the government.
Get out of here.
So that's all the new stuff that we're doing. And that was, of course, utmost importance without giving any spoilers away, which we don't want to do because, I get mad when people spoil shit for me.
Yeah.
So moving in, let's go right to Jabip of the Week. Like we're at a talk show host here. Since, honestly, Brendan, I don't really have one. Just the people I work with seem to be Jabips, but that's just work, and that's work everywhere I go. So who is your Jabip of the Week? And it also involves anime, I hear.
It does. It's all right. So at my job that I work at, I'm a bartender, and sometimes it's very slow, especially for the bar. We're not allowed bar side seating. Okay. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna keep catching up on Shippuden because I'm still watching it. And I have it on my phone. I'm just watching it. And I'm by the cash register. And I have my back turned to everyone because I don't want to talk to anyone. I want to watch Shippuden. So this girl's like, what are you doing? I was like, oh, the cover up is that I'm watching TV just in case I get judged off the rip.
You mean the...
So I said, oh, I'm watching TV. She goes like, oh, what show? And I'm like, fuck. Now I'm made. I was like, oh, it's a Naruto. She goes like, she was completely calm about it. She was like, oh man, I haven't watched that. I've heard it's really good though. And I was okay, awesome. Didn't get judged. Love to see it. And then this other girl comes barreling around. She's like, what are you guys talking about? You guys talking about Naruto? I was like, here we go. I was like, yeah, I'm watching it right now because it's slow. She goes, where are you? I'm like, huh? Like, what part are you on?
I was like, ask.
I was like, oh, episode 147. She was like, oh, is that like Jiraiya versus the Akatsuki? And I was just like, yeah. She's like, oh, I don't know episodes. I read it all. I was just,
Ooh. Ooh.
If you don't even like bother to watch the anime and just read the manga, for me, like that's a flag, son. Like you pick up and you run.
That's COVID spray.
But like even before that, like this girl wasn't giving me like any type of like subtle chill vibe. She was always like so extra about everything and like laughing super loud. And I'm like, oh, you gotta relax. Now I know why.
Wow.
Watch anime, kids.
It's good for you. Oh, ooh. I do have a Jabip. I do.
Let's hear it.
So, Brendan, did I tell you this story about anyway, so I'm on Facebook dating, right? Oh, yes, you know it, bro, you know it. Okay, I'm on Facebook dating, and I'm not really thinking any of it. I'm not really looking for a relationship, but I'm just on it to browse through, and you never know who you're gonna get or whatever. And I do enjoy talking to some people. And me and this girl matched. I'm not gonna say names because that's rude. And I was talking to her for a solid hour, right? An hour from my room, from watching TV, to going out to the dining room, eating dinner with my family, to going back into my room. She got blocked. Because, folks, let me, I'm going to read. I have to read. It's the only way you'll understand. And please, please tell me if this makes me sound like a dick or not. Please, please, please. Here,
oh my God.
Got it. So basically, we were talking about dirt bike riding, which apparently I'm very good, according to this girl, which is not true. But she sent me multiple pictures and TikToks of her friend, and she kept asking, is he good? Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, but, pictures and videos are deceiving. and so on and so forth. So basically, I said to her something along the lines of like trying to guess her ethnicity. And I told her, I was like, you look Greek, whatever. She's like, no, I'm Italian and Polish. Italian, Polish, and Puerto Rican. I'm like, okay, I was really, really wrong then. She's like, yeah, whatever. So basically, it got to the point where she was telling me that boys are only looking for one thing, and you could only be, if you're a man, I guess. But, I was just thinking to myself, no, that's not true. And then she asked me, do you agree? I was like, sometimes I don't. She's like, yeah, but you seem nice and respectful. I was like, I do try. LOL. That's good. With a heart. With a heart. We're starting with a heart. And then I didn't answer because the heart kind of threw me off. And then a couple minutes later, she's like, I'm happy. Like on an iPhone where in between conversations is usually a little gap. So the next thing was, I'm happy. I was like, oh, good, good. She sent me another giant heart. I'm like, She's like, texting you puts a smile on my face with another heart emoji. I was like, really? Damn, I didn't know I can impress that way. And she's like, what way? I didn't answer. Another space, another conversation starts. Like, do you feel the same way? With a giant question mark. I had to block her because I don't know why I seem to attract crazies. But that is much a bit. And I literally sent this to my friend, my coworker and friend at work. And I'm like, red flag or no red flag? She's like, big red flag.
I
She's
think
already,
this was the night of the Oscars.
I think so. It was Sunday. It was a Sunday night. I was eating dinner. I came back in here. I'm like, Brandon, listen to this shit.
Oh
Like,
my God.
please explain to me why people seem to think that's okay to start a conversation with. Maybe I just have to change my bio. In my bio, it says, I don't do crazy. I guess that's a challenge for people to see if they can make me get crazy.
They're like, we'll see about that. You got that one girl that's like, I'll change your mind.
Seriously, it's like clinger, clinger, clinger. I don't do cling. No, 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 no. I don't know you. You shouldn't be saying that shit to me. Because
Yeah.
I certainly won't.
Golly.
You know what? That seems to happen with all the girls that I go out with. It literally, like, when I get to the 3-month mark, that's usually a sign of whether it's going good or going bad. The last couple dates usually goes bad by that point because it always turns out to be some batshit crazy, and they think that I can accept it without, like, they always seem to put up a facade, a fake face, I guess. Then all of a sudden that comes down thinking it's okay, but in reality it's not because I don't know you like that. Now all of a sudden you're like a completely different person. So I don't understand that, but maybe that's just me. Explain to me that. Explain to me why that's okay.
Toxic. Crazy. But RJ, it's time for questions.
Let's roll right into it.
So, what excuse have you recently used to get out of something?
I have a doctor's appointment. Can't make it.
I feel like that's one of those calls where you're just like halfway there. It's just like the phone's like close, but not too close. And it's like, I got a doctor's appointment. See ya.
Yep. Well, I usually, like, because most of the time I'm driving. Someone will be like, where are you? And I'll just turn it over and put it on my seat and make sure my Apple CarPlay is off so I can't see it come up on my screen. That's one. But I usually use the doctor or the dentist. Oh, we're gonna do something today, or oh, you have to do this today. It's like, no, I don't have to do anything because I have a doctor's appointment. That's my big thing.
I actually used one the other day, and it was a legit excuse. But my boss had called me, and I was like, oh God. Answer the phone, and I'm like acting like I just woke up. Hello? I need you to work Friday and Saturday. I can't. Why not? I have 2 finals that need to be due, and I want to pass. Well, I want you to pass too. I said, no, you want me to work, and I can't. And I hung up the phone. I
My
was
man.
like, I'm getting these finals done tomorrow.
Wait, so you didn't actually have to do it?
I was postponing them.
Gotcha.
ADHD and procrastination work hand in hand.
Well, my favorite thing is when I'm at school or something, especially when I used to go to school in New York City. I get a phone call from the Crispy Apple saying, I need you to come in tonight. And I always would say, I'm not available Friday night. Do not call me at all Friday night. I am in New York City. I will not be able to get there in a timely fashion. I will get there probably around 7. Okay, that's fine. I'm like, then what's the point of me coming in if I'm only going to work for 3 hours?
Yeah.
And then I'll be walking into dinner rush, and I don't deal very well with all of a sudden I have to run outside looking like a jabip. I use the term. Part-time jobs. Oh, and I used to use school a lot too. That was the other big one. Always use school, doctor, and dentist for everything. But I don't go to school anymore, so.
Yeah. Sometimes I'd say I have another job. Like, no, I'm working in my other place. And they're
That's
like,
what.
you didn't mention that because you didn't ask.
And also, it's none of your business, and that's why I have a schedule set up the way it is. Am I right?
Righto, sir.
Part-time jobs are stupid. So, Brandon, the other day, me and my buddy Miles were talking. We were talking about if we had an infinite amount of money, where would we want to go? So, what place would you want to go to if you had an infinite bank account?
Ooh. It's a good question, actually. Nowhere in the US.
No, because we live here and we could drive anywhere here.
um, I think I'm going pretty charitable with this one. I'd probably go to Africa.
For what? There's bugs and disease.
I would try with my unlimited amount of money to eradicate those things.
Interesting.
I think I would do my best to help Africa almost not exactly turn into a first world country, but get them on the right
Remember,
path.
America's number one, baby.
Backed by popular demand.
To all our German viewers, thank you. PBS has sponsored this.
And the 1% in, is it Japan? I think it's Japan.
I'm crying. It's because we mentioned a lot of anime. Thank you, Japan. Anyway, see, for me though, you're doing the whole goody two shoes helping people route. Yo, I'm going on vacation for myself and for myself alone.
What are you doing?
I have to be honest, I'd probably go to Africa too. I want to see the safaris. I want to go into that wilderness because that wilderness is just so dangerous and extreme. Like there's no other place on the planet that's like that. Well, maybe the rainforest. And you know what? I got multiple places I want to go, but it's not like a vacation like you would think it would be. It's more of like, let's get lost in the wilderness and survive for a couple months. That type of vacation.
I'm going to be sweating my ass off trying to create clean water for Africa, and you're just going to be in a dune buggy, just like,
hey. Oh, nope, not a dune buggy, a Toyota Land Cruiser going, hi, Brandon, as I drive by.
I'll just be like, motherfucker. Or be like in Predator. Dylan, you son of a bitch.
I think it's time to do my Alien versus Predator, Aliens, Predator marathon very soon.
Yeah, a lot of people are doing Harry Potter marathons right now. For some reason.
Huh.
No idea.
That's interesting. Well, I think with Harry Potter, they were going to be releasing the new movie.
Oh, really?
Fantastic Beasts, I think, is being made. And I think they're also making the new-ish book, The Cursed Child, which was originally a play, but now they're going to make it into a movie. It really should just have been a book, not a play.
Oh.
J.K.
Yeah, I didn't know
Rowling, what
that.
were you thinking? I read it. It's kind of all over the place, but it's still Harry Potter, and it's pretty good.
Huh.
But, you know, I also want to visit England. The UK.
Me too. Dude, that'd be cool.
You know what? Since I have an infinite amount of money, I want to see all 7 continents. And the Arctic. Can't forget about that.
Big brain.
So I think 8 continents. Nobody includes the Arctic as a continent, even though it should be. Think about it. It's another landmass that's not occupied by a country. It's at the top of the world. Antarctica's the same thing. What the fuck's the difference? Who runs it? The polar bears?
Yeah. How do you think they get so much Coca-Cola?
Santa Claus brings it to them.
Santa Claus doesn't do shit. That's why he's still fat.
The elves, they're all slaves.
They're slaving their heads off. And it's just like, oh, I'm a fat fuck.
Actually, speaking of Santa Claus, I know it's not even remotely close to Christmas, but have you seen the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer movie? Like the old one?
Yes.
The stop motion? You know how like rude they all are? Disrespectful and like discriminative towards fucking Rudolph?
They're complete. Well, that's part of the story.
But like not in a children's way of being like funny and making fun of, like plain out rude.
They're like, yeah, he has a red nose.
Or the one elf wanted to be a dentist. They're like, a dentist? Like,
Fucking
yeah,
pussy.
Exactly. Exactly.
Maybe they should have just been outright with it. You got a red nose? You have a mangina?
As the T-Rex has his T.
But that's not my case. RJ.
Sir.
All right. Here's a little situation for you.
I love situations.
2 girls. Okay.
This already got interesting.
You have a wonderful 10 out of 10 absolute drop dead smoke show. Like, ooh, chef's kiss. God, if God made it for him, he would have kept it himself. A 10 out of 10 on your left. Okay. Just beautiful.
That's my left, folks.
But that's all she is. Just beauty. Or to your right, it's a girl, maybe a early 6, treading towards a 7, but is very good in other ways. Has other assets under her belt.
Like what? Like intelligence?
Whatever
Comes.
boops your snoot.
Okay. So
Which one you picking?
well, it depends on the attributes of said right girl.
Okay. Let's say the 10 out of 10 is like your ideal aesthetic in a woman. But to your right, the 6, let's say 6.3 girl is all the other perfect ideal attributes, not in aesthetics, but everything else you would want in a woman.
Oh, the 6.87, whatever you said, that one. You know why? This is my reason why. Because beauty isn't everything. Beauty doesn't make you money. And if it does, that's awesome. But most of the time, and I don't want to be mean, people are dumb as fuck. Those type of people. Usually, and it's very, 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 very rare that if it's like beauty, an Adonis, a Greek goddess descended to earth, but has the intelligence of I don't know, a computer.
Mhm.
That's the rarity. That's like in its whole other world. But if this one has smart and can treat a person good and understand how the world works and likes me for who I am and I like her for who she is, that's the one. Because as much as the 10 is gorgeous, most of the time they either date really gross people. I still don't even understand that. And they're usually dumb as fuck. Like, what? What do you
Wait
mean
a
I'm
minute. What are we doing?
Wait, why am I getting arrested? I just hit the fire hydrant at 50, not 60.
I mean, for me, beauty fades. You get old, you get wrinkly, you shrink.
Not me, I'm gonna live forever.
Okay, unless you're Arjun. But you have a 10 for you have that 10 out of 10 at their prime beauty for maybe 10 years, and then it's downhill. Every 10 years, you're just looking at her like, she's an 8 now. Oh, she's a 7. Eventually, she gets down to a 5 or 4.
Well, most of the people on the left hand side, including guys, if you will, they usually peak in either high school or they peak in college. Once they get out into the real society and they can't function without doing what they used to do, they usually tank. Not decline, tank. While other people on the right hand side, both men and women, the 6s, the 7s, the 8s, if you will, they usually end up rising above this side now.
Yeah.
From at least what I see in my own life here. Because again, some of the people I knew in high school that acted like 10s, they're one, either having kids way too young. 2, they're going to be working the same job for the rest of their lives, even though they're making good money now, which is great, but they're usually going to end up doing the same thing, making the same paycheck for the rest of their lives. Or 3, they become drug addict bums.
I mean, I don't know about you, but I feel like, I'm just getting out of college, but I feel like I'm just maybe like touching the surface of my peak. But it's hard to tell like when you're in your peak or not.
Oh, I'll tell you.
Oh.
I'll tell you. Don't you worry there, sir. Not afraid.
Why, thank you.
I mean, for me in the Coast Guard, hopefully I can rise in the ranks. And then when I get out, I can make good money. I don't want to be rich, but I want to live comfortably. I want to have nice things. I want my family to have nice things. But I don't want to be rich. I don't know.
Yeah.
For some reason that like again, I work for BMW, so I see a lot of different personalities when people have money, how they change. So it's kind of like I don't really want that. I don't know if that would happen to me just because I've worked in basically all customer service forms that I don't think I'd ever get to that.
Mhm.
But still, maybe it'd be like a kind of revenge. Like this is what I had to deal with, so now you have to deal with it.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it.
That's the best way.
Yeah.
And I certainly don't want to be famous because I have a mouth. I talk. Some of it's very inappropriate sometimes, some of it's funny, but also probably pretty bad. And people would be like, "Oh my god, I can't believe you said that." Like, first of all, I was joking. If you know me, you know it's a joke. Like, I'm not directing it at anyone, and I'm gonna say whatever I want. So,
Keep your woke attack away from me.
exactly. Like, literally, if you are too sensitive to be like to even like listen to me, then we can't even be associated with each other. That it is what it is. And that means you also have never worked in a restaurant or customer service because we all say inappropriate and stupid things.
And that would be like a typical Thursday.
Typical Wednesday morning. Am I right? Wrong?
Oh, I'm 100% in agreement.
Excuse me. But yeah, I think that's good with our questions, Brandon. Let me look at my little cheat sheet here because I need one.
Hell yeah.
So the next movie that we're planning on seeing is none, because there is none at the very moment.
Yeah.
I mean, there's certain movies coming out, but they're movies that really shouldn't be being made, aka the Saw ripoff movie.
I don't know. See,
No.
like, I feel like the Saw movies now are just purely like for those like 4.5 fans that are like, yes, Saw. I can't wait. Shall we play a game?
Yeah, but it's not even the fucking puppet anymore. It's something else.
Yeah. I mean, it, like I said, in the movie theater, it's so kind of like eerie to see Chris Rock in a serious role.
Yeah. Like when I think of him as the zebra in Madagascar.
Afro circus.
So that's yeah, and then he's no. Just no.
Overall, it's a no. You won't be hearing any words on this podcast about Spiral.
But I do want to see Quiet Place Part 2. That looks really good. But then there's other movies that are coming out later in the year that are really supposed to be out last year, but because due to COVID, it's canceled.
Yeah.
Now they're doing it at the end of the year, but unfortunately for me, I'll probably be in the Coast Guard by that time. So probably have the time to see it, unless you want to drive down to Cape May there, Sir Brandon.
I love Cape May.
That's where I am stationed. Oh, well, boot camp would be anyway. Keep saying I'm stationed. I ain't stationed anywhere yet.
Boot camp in Jersey, eh?
Yeah, all the angry people are going to be coming there. They'll fit right in.
Jersey boy.
But, however, there are some shows that the powerful streaming networks are putting out. I already mentioned The Bad Batch. Netflix Castlevania is returning. For some reason, I love that show. I think it's probably one of the best Netflix animes that are out there. Think there's what was that other show that I was watching and I was like, oh, there's another season coming.
Castlevania is definitely on my list. I've heard so many good things about it.
I'm telling you right now, it throws that classic anime thing out the window. Basically, everyone has a role that they have to play, and it's not cutesy or dumb. I mean, they have their funny moments, but it's not like in Naruto, for example, you'll be in the middle of a battle, then all of a sudden they'll get punched and they'll have a flashback. That stuff doesn't happen. Like the only time you get a flashback is when literally the character is talking about something that happened, but you don't really, you get the gist. You don't see it as much. Like this one particular character, he was talking about someone he lost, and they didn't really talk about it. Well, he talked about it, the character, but you didn't see what happened, which I love that type of stuff.
Yeah, whereas Naruto, it'll be like, let's say the guy got punched in his left toenail, and all of a sudden the villain will be like, I see I've struck you in your left toenail. Allow me to tell you when I hurt mine. And it's like, I don't need that. No, we're good.
Yeah, it's not like that at all. And it's very bloody. It is very, very gory. And even some scenes shocked me. I was like, really?
I actually don't mind gore when it comes to anime.
No. But that's not what I mean. I mean, like, it was just shocking that happened. I was like, shit. It was pretty badass. But
blood sometimes in anime kind of like it does like surprise me at times.
Unless it's One Punch Man. That shit is funny.
Oh, that is amazing.
I can only watch it in Japanese here and there. Sometimes
Yeah.
I have to watch it in dubbed.
Oh, really?
Mm.
I have
You know me with dub.
That's true. I have my spirited blend of both.
I don't know what else is coming out. I know there's other stuff, but literally I have to write down a list. You know what? I'll have it for the next week. All the new shows that I'm currently watching, all the new stuff that's coming out.
Booyah.
I just wanted to mention Castlevania. Guess it's an American standardized anime.
I would say so. Yeah.
Concept clearly Japanese. Execution totally American.
I feel the same thing. Like, obviously, Seven Deadly Sins, and
Ooh,
what's the other one? Mother of Pearl. I don't know.
my pearls.
Oh, Promise Neverland. I feel like that got very Americanized for some reason.
Well, Seven Deadly Sins, this is my thing with them. They always seem like we talk about anime on this show. But with Seven Deadly Sins, it's like I said, there's those cutesy or those silly anime moments that are like, yeah, but you're fighting a giant dragon at the moment. Why are we doing this?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's, I don't know if that's just because we're used to American stuff, but I don't know. Naruto's just great. Naruto is king. Naruto is number one. Fuck all y'all.
I'm ready to fight you in the comments.
Good. Probably won't even respond.
Hey,
I'll
I'm
be
the
there.
guy that was in the podcast. Because think about it. If it wasn't for my number one, your number one wouldn't exist.
What's your number one?
Dragon Ball.
That is true.
The creator of Naruto had a lot of inspiration and influence from Dragon Ball.
That is true. But Naruto ended and the horrible Boruto is now playing and Dragon Ball is still going. Explain that to me.
Ultra Instinct in a nutshell.
So, Brandon, I think that wraps us up for this week as we didn't have much to talk about, but I still think we had a good solid base.
Wrong.
No, we don't do that here. This is a Trump-free zone.
86 wrong. But yeah, that does wrap it up. Hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like, comment, subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube. Follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, any other streaming service. We also have a Discord, Instagram, and our individual YouTube channels. All that will be down in the description below. So, until next time, guys, we're out.
Peace.
Peace.